Hi, in this tutorial I'd like to explain a little bit about how you can add emojis and ink signing onto photo print layouts. So let's start with this example where we have a standard event file. We have a start screen, a get ready screen, a take photo screen, and then we have photo options. Now, as you can see on this screen, we have the print layout, which I'll show you a bit later on. Down the left hand side we have these images, and they are all set to be stamps. If I look at the properties of one of them, you can see that this image has got can move and stamp properties ticked. Now they're all like that. Now that means that you can drag these when you play the event, you can drag them onto the print layout. And then on the other side here we have the drawing tools, which have been reduced, so we've got rid of some of the items like the colours and the lines, so we're just left with the drawing tool, the pen, the highlighter, the undo and the bin. Now on this screen that means that you can, at playtime, you can select these and draw directly onto the print layout. So everything's done on the photo option screen here, dragging emojis on and signing the actual layout itself. If I just go to the print layout screen, on here you can see that there are the three photos because it's a 3-photo event, and there's also this item here which is a drawing pad item. It's actually an image item, but it's got it set to latest drawing pad. Now I'll come back to that later on. So for now, the print layout screen has just got the 3 photo captures, as you can see, capture 3, capture 1 and capture 2, and a drawing pad, and obviously a background and a text object. So it's quite simple really. Let's play this event and capture 3 photos and you'll see what happens. So exit the screen, I'll just save that and I'll start playing. Okay, we start, we click the screen, get ready for the first photo, photo number 1, second photo, third photo. We're now on to the photo options screen, and as you can see I can drag things on here. I can also sign, etc. I can undo, and so on. And then at this point I can choose to print or finish. So that's the way that RightBooth was originally designed. But what I'm going to show you now are some of the ways in which you can do this. So it doesn't all have to be done on the photo options screen. So let me just come back out here. I'll save this again. That was example 1. I'm going to open example 2 now. Let's have a look at the composition of this event. So it's very similar to the previous one. It's got 3 photos it's going to be capturing. Get ready, take photo, photo option screen. Now on the photo option screen this time we still have the print layout, but we have these 2 extra buttons that I've added. One that takes us to an emoji screen, which is here, and one that takes us to a sign screen, which is here. So let's have a look at these. Let's have a look at the sign screen. Now the sign screen is a user-defined screen that I added to the event by clicking the Add Items button and selecting Screen. I then named it Sign and I moved it down the list to appear below this line, which means that by default when the event is playing it won't normally appear. The normal process of event flow is to start, get ready, take the 3 photos, show the options and thank you, and then it goes back to the start screen. So by default the sign screen and the emoji screen will never appear unless you specifically link to it with button events. So we'll come back to that in a minute. So for now let's have a look at the sign screen. I've got a text object, I've got a button here that returns back to the photo options screen. Let's have a look at the properties on that one. as you can see here, it's got the click action of back. Similarly, this label item has also got a click action of back, which will take us back to the photo options screen. It's got a drawing pad item, which I've sized to be as big as I can, and it's got the drawing tools. So if I go back to the photo options screen and click on this button here, you can see that its action is to show a screen, sign. So that means that when the user clicks this button, it will take them from the photo options screen to the sign screen, where they can add their signature or their comment, and then they can click the back button to go back to the photo options screen. Similarly, we have an emoji button which takes us to the emoji screen with a click action show screen. Let's have a look at the emoji screen. Now again, I've designed this screen so that it's got the photo print layout. As you can see, this is an image item and it's set to be the print layout. I've also added lots of emojis. Now they don't have to be emojis, I could change these. So for instance, double click this, I could add, well, let's have a look. I could add a banner, for instance. Maybe put that down here. Oops, let's just drag that down here, size it. So in other words, what I'm saying here is that these don't have to be emojis, they can be any image that you want to drag onto the photo print layout. Let's just undo all that lot. Put it back to an emoji again. Okay, so again, we've also got a return here to take us back. So let's see what happens with this one. I'm going to play the event. It's the same thing. We start with the start screen, click the mouse. We're going to take the first photo, second, third. We then show the photo options screen, and as you can see, this time you can just print without having any emojis or any signing. But if you want to sign or do emojis, you can then click these buttons. So let's go to the emoji screen, add a few on, maybe size it, return back to the show photo screen. You can see that the emojis have now been added to the print layout. And now I'm going to sign it. Go to the sign screen and return. Now the nice thing about this one again is you can actually go back to the sign screen, you can repeat, you can undo, get rid of things, etc. And it updates the photo print layout when you return. Same with emojis, you can go to the emoji screen and add a few more. And back to the photo options screen. So it's a slightly different way of allowing your users to show emojis, or sorry, add emojis and add signing. Right, let's show you one more example. This time I'm going to open example 3. Now example 3 basically forces the user to sign and use emojis before we actually get to the photo options screen. So if you look at this layout now, we've got the start screen, the get ready screen, take the 3 photos. We then have emojis, signature, and then the photo options screen. So let's have a look at the emoji screen. Now, a very interesting and important point here is that you only really want this screen to show after the 3rd photo has been taken. So if I look at properties on this screen, you'll see that the show with photo property for this screen is set to 3. In other words, this screen will only appear after the 3rd photo is taken. And it's the same with the sign screen. You can see here that the sign screen has also got show with photo 3. So what happens in this event flow is that the 3 photos will be taken, and then after the 3rd photo the user will get to see the show, the emoji screen. Then there'll be this button here to click next to go to the next screen, which is the sign screen. They'll sign this screen and then they'll click this button to go next to go to the photo options screen. So it's a slightly different approach. Let's try that just to show you what happens. Play the event, click, we now go on to the emoji screen. So as you can tell, we haven't got to the photo options screen. We can't print yet, but we can go on then and sign. And finally we go to the photo options screen where we can print. Now notice down here I've added a button. It's an optional button again. We can redo all that if we wish. Click the redo, it takes us back to the emoji screen. We can add some more. Go on and sign. Back to the photo options screen where we can print. So let's have a quick look at that. If we go to the photo options screen and a quick look here, you can see that we've got a click action that takes us from this screen to the emoji screen, which is here. So it loops us back and we can repeat these screens again. Right, hopefully that shows you some of the possibilities of how you can set up stamping and signing on your print layouts. There's lots of other ways to do it, but I've just given you 3 examples. All these examples are available on the website, on the RightBooth website. So I hope that helps, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you very much.